This is Daily Truths for Living with Bishop Dr. Mark S. Harewood of Light Ministries International, featuring today's specially invited guest, Elder Kevin T. Pyle.
This is the part that blew me away. Woo! Tell them, get ready. When you see Jericho, it is no time to relax, church. It is a time to go into overdrive. Get this. Why is this important? The Hebrew word for Passover is this word Pesach. And it simply means exemption. Passover in the Hebrew means exemption. I'm going somewhere with this. It means to be allowed to pass without being checked. It means, listen, have you ever been driving and the police have set up traffic checks? And the head morning they've set up the check, you're late, you don't have the time to show policemen all that stuff, especially if you ain't insured. Because you don't have anything to show him. And there are times I've been driving towards the traffic check and he's waved me to the side. And I started grumbling, oh God, I just don't have time for this now. And then as my car gets closer, I don't know what he sees, but he looks in the car and he waves me on. That is Passover. Passover is when you get exempted. It's when you should have been stopped, but it waves you on. It's when you should have been held up, but doors keep opening. That is Passover. Here's the last meaning of Passover. Absolutely blew my mind. The Passover means, that Hebrew word Pesach means immunity from a penalty or danger because of a sacrifice. Woo! Don't miss this, don't miss this, don't miss this. Immunity carries the idea of protection, but not just protection, official protection from legal action. Don't miss this. There are criminals, Pastor Mark, who are given immunity. They have committed a crime. But because the Attorney General says, if you testify on your friends, you sacrifice them, we're going to give you immunity from prosecution. The better example is there are ambassadors and diplomats. I love this because this blew my mind. There are ambassadors and diplomats who go to live in a foreign country, wife, like I hope to one day. But as they are residing in that particular jurisdiction, they are given immunity from the laws of that country. I have seen diplomats commit crimes. And I have watched police escort them to the airport, onto a plane, and off the country's soil, could not be touched because they have immunity from prosecution. Don't miss this, church. So they are free to leave even though a penalty should have been applied. The Passover represents immunity from your prosecution. Now, if we're to be absolutely honest, don't look to your left, don't look to your right. you did not get what you deserved. You were not made to pay for your actions. When we should have been struck down, God said, let him through. Listen, the amount of madness, and I ain't only talking about salvation now, the amount of madness some of us did that we should have been dead because of, the amount of confusion that we have caused. But God looked on us and said, listen, because I see the blood, I'm going to grant you immunity. We got an exemption because of the blood. We got immunity because of the blood. We should have been killed but for the blood. We should have been fired but for the blood. We should have been broke but for the blood. We should have been broken but for the blood. When doors, church, should have been closed in our faces because of our own actions, God said, wave him through.
Stay tuned for another episode of Daily Truths for Living with Bishop Dr. Mark S. Harewood. God bless you.